Hi. Uh, so some people, mostly Kayla, asked for a little video on bullet journaling. You can go to the bullet journal website and they do give you a video, but I find that it goes quite fast. And when I started doing this, I found it kind of overwhelming. Even though it really shouldn't be. And I guess I'm just going to show what I've been doing lately and maybe give some advice for how to start if you're going through the same things that I did. So, bullet journaling. One of the things I like about it is that it takes away a lot of the sort of expectations of journaling about like what's happened in your day or what you're feeling, because that's where the bullets come in. So you can just do very quick point form. It's very friendly to people who like making lists. It's good for people who really benefit from and should be taking a couple minutes every day, really, to go over what they're going to be doing the next day. And, you know, it's good to take time and really plan what you're planning to do, say, for the month or for the week. Also for me, it's really helpful to plan out projects, blah, 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 right? You start, you find out how it's useful for you. So, I think I've already talked a lot about crap that you don't need. I guess the first thing you need is paper. I spent way too much time panicking that I needed like the right journal, and the guy on the bullet journaling website gives some suggestions, and he suggests these, like, I forget what they're called, they're like Leish, or it's a long German word starting with L, and they have like dots that make a square, so you get sort of the benefit of the graph paper but not the heavy lines, and the pages are pre-numbered, but the ones in that size, that, or the size that I would want to do a bullet journal in, are really hard to find around here. So there's lots of options. Some of my favorites, and I mean literally you could get a folder and put some blank sheets of paper in it, or just take some blank sheets of paper and staple them together. Or some people just start using this concept in Evernote or something, like whatever. You can use just any old notebook you have lying around. Like, this is a really cute one that my sister gave me, and I'll probably use this for one of my journals. You know, you keep, I don't know about you. I'm not going to say what you do, but I keep them aside and sort of feel like I have to use them for something really special, or, you know, write my deep, eloquent, moving thoughts in them. But that's not happening because I'm an okay writer. Like, the quality is okay when I'm done with it, but if I have to write complete sentences, certainly if I have to be at all compelling or original or anything like that, I get really overwhelmed and it just takes forever and it's not a fun process. It's not a relaxing process. I don't find it particularly like creatively satisfying. So, you know, if I don't have to write a paper for school, then why am I doing it, right? So anyway, all of this to say is I like the bullet part, and stop saving your pretty journals for something special. Use them if you have them. If you don't have them, use whatever. Use something cheap. Get like one of those spiral bound like notebooks from Staples or something. That would work perfect. Anyway, before I found out about bullet journaling, I used to do something really similar, which it was just kind of like a notebook I kept with me. And basically I kept this notebook with me, and when I wanted to make a list, I put it in there. When I had an idea for a project, I put it in there. And I would have, let's see if I have it here. Yeah. So I opened to the page with a credit card number on it, so maybe I'll pick a different page to show you. So this is one from when I was doing my practicum, right? It was just like a list of these are all things I needed to like look into or ask questions about. This is my to-do, this is my shopping list, checklist. This was like one little project that I was working on. This was just like literally garbage that I would throw on the page and be like, well, I have to think about that at some point. Sometimes I would take like notes in class. Anyway, like I just started writing all this stuff. And I used the, these are like the Moleskine ones. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. That come in like packs of 3, and it's just lined. I like these. I like the bigger size. I like having quite a bit of space to write on my, you know, lists or whatever. I like to be able to sort of spread it all out. And so that's helpful for that. Lines are good. I like that the lines aren't super dark. So these ones are a good size. They're not very thick, which makes them not too heavy, which I like. Other people may not like that so much, because if you have sort of an ongoing list in there and then your book finishes, you'll have to rewrite that list in the next one. But I don't mind that so much, because I find that you know, my list has changed. I've crossed off a lot of things. Like say it's a list of music I want to listen to. Rewriting the list helps me sort of reprocess what I need to do, and that's something he mentions on the bullet journaling website. And oh, the other thing is often the list will kind of change slightly. So I find that if I'm putting something in multiple lists, so say something was on my to-do list 3 months ago, and then 2 months ago, and then last month, and now this month, I find that now when I put it on my list, I'm pretty clear on like the breakdown of steps I want to take. Hopefully you can manage to get simple tasks done in less than 4 months, so you're not constantly rewriting them in your book. You can use something small. I don't know why I brought all these out. I have a lot of notebooks just lying around, and it was ridiculous that I went out and went shopping. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're like me, just fucking pick one and start using it. I didn't do that. I got one of these in the end, which is, they're like the soft cover. They have the elastic that has the ribbon, and it's the graph paper. Just start. And I mean, if you fill it up really quickly, or if you really hate it, you know, you can move on to a new book. Okay. That's about books you can use. I have to keep this under 15 minutes, so I haven't even gotten into how I bullet journal yet, so maybe I'll just finish up a couple things here and make a new video. Oh my god. Otherwise I have to learn how to edit, and then this thing will never get up. In addition to my bullet journal, I also really heavily rely on Google Calendar, mostly for putting addresses in so that I can then look up how to get there really quickly, either bus routes or driving. And I also, with that, use an app called Leave Now, I think. And what that does is it uses up a lot of GPS, but it tracks where I am and looks at where I need to be at what time in my calendar, and it sends me like an alarm that's like, you need to leave in 5 minutes, if, you know, based on where you are and where you need to be and how long it's going to take you to drive there, you need to leave in 10 minutes to be there 5 minutes early. So I really like that app. The only problem I have with it is I'm starting to rely on it, and so if I forget to put an address in, I don't get the alarm, and then I'm screwed. The other thing I do is I've started keeping project folders. So I just got these cheap ones, but you could just get like I have these ones that have the pockets, because I like things in sort of piles. I like piling things. But I also use just these little cover ones. They're really cheap. Use like manila folders, whatever. And then I just put a post-it on the front that's like, this is this project. So I have one for, like, I'm working on my taxes right now, so I have one for taxes. I have one for all my student loan information. I have one for all of my, like, I'm doing my teaching certification, right? So doing the paperwork for my certification. One for job hunting, so it has like applications that I need to fill out or whatever. And then that can like relate to stuff I need to do, and I find that helpful, and I can just keep it in a pile. And I can grab what I need when I need it. Yeah. I'll continue in another video. Oh my god, I'm sorry this is taking so long. Okay, I'll be right back.